Good morning, everybody's. Happy Thursday. Today, we're doing something slightly different, as I mentioned yesterday, and for the last 4 days. Good morning, Chloe. You scammed me into doing your dailies as well. Well, actually, you haven't got that much stamina. Fine. You just woke up. There. You have notifications everywhere. Why are there so many notifications? I'm gonna click off all your notifications because it's all annoying me. This was it. This was the reason why I'm reviewing your account, because infinite notifications. They're probably because it's a different client and stuff. You probably don't actually have infinite notifications because I don't know anyone that can stick that. Oh, you got a massage. Yeah. All these notifications are probably cleared. Oh yeah, you definitely have. I haven't did my aptitude showcase yet. I need to do that. So many notifications. Do you want me to just send off your assignments again? Also, you should be doing these assignments. These assignments are worth small amounts of stamina. These assignments are not. But it's entirely up to yourself. Want me to send them off? Keep them on the same down. Fine. Have you did your the companion missions? I haven't got around to doing mine yet. That's fair. I keep them on the 3 cash. I always keep mine on these 3 because they're worth small amounts of stamina. And then I've been doing this one at the minute for crafting the new auto battle consumable because it's actually kind of handy. It makes doing Echo Wars super fast. But anyway, oh, you have the wee march icon. Oh, that's adorable. Also, good choice of train music. I had my train music set to the Cocolia theme for ages. And then it just it was a bit too much hype. And then I changed it to the Zenzao time music. So let's see what we're working with here. I think I have 1 or 2 I haven't unlocked. Yeah, so many characters.
I understand.
So many characters. Lucha, you got Japard, Kafka, you've got Yanchi, Danheng. You have fucking everyone. Is there anyone you don't have? Oh, you don't have Fishwan or you have Silver. You have Jinwan. You do. You have literally everyone except Fishwan and Himiko and Clara. Nice. Yeah. Oh, you haven't got Bronya. That's really unfortunate. Not having Bailu is not the end of the world here. You pull for Kafka and not get a Luca. That's really unfortunate as well. Light cones are working with here. Where's the bike? Bike. You went to Pity and Kafka and didn't get Luca. That's really unfortunate. Cruising the Stellar Sea. What's that? Oh, that's the new Nihildi, texture memories. Just leave that dead solid. No 5-star icons. Cool. No dance. You have dance. you're using memories of the past. But memories of the past, that's a superimposition to memories of the past, actually. That's solid. Good morning, drunken cat. Honey. Right. I guess we'll get into it and see what we're working with here. See your Zila. 51 crits. A little scary. How's Sleep Like the Dead working for you? I haven't got it, but I've just been using swordplay on Zila. It seems to work quite nicely. Cool. Like Sleep Like the Dead is better than swordplay. Her crit is quite low as well, which makes Sleep Like the Dead probably work quite nicely there. I'm going to be repeating this a lot today, I think, but Zeta's basic attack doesn't need to be leveled. I have a feeling I'm going to be repeating this a lot. This is hypocritical of me, but Space Sailing Station isn't the correct option here. Strictly speaking, Brilliant Arena is better on Zela, but I can completely agree. Like this orb is a good Space Sailing Station orb. My Zela is in exactly the same position. It's hard to get good stuff. That rope is fucking awful. What is this? Really, you have no better choices than that. It's bad orb or bad rope. That one's bad as well. This is just like this at level 0 is better than this. You have some options there. What are we using? Probably. Okay. I don't want to just like go and swap about all your characters and shit. Where is it? Yeah, this one. Do you want me to level it, or do you want me to just leave it as is? I suppose I don't want to like use a bunch of your resources and shit. See what we're working with here. Yeah, no worries. That hat is. I understand how awkward farming the quantum set is. You're kind of broke right now. I won't level anything. So I can't really like get too aggressive. You've got a lot of quantum hats. What's her speed at? No, her speed will be fine. Zilla's base speed is almost 120. That's not super good. Is she using speed? But no, she's. Ooh, they're quite nice. 2 crit rolls in those. These like locked level 15 quantum bits. We'll get to those in a minute, but those should have been used to level up all their relics if they're retired. Any of these hats better? That one might be better. Might. Ooh, that's a solid hat. I wouldn't mind seeing what the third stat in that is. This isn't super good. Like, speed isn't massively important in Zayla without her signature. Because she gets 20% speed by herself. But like it's okay. There's like getting more crit on her from one of these crit hats is probably a better idea. But we got like a double crit one. I assume if we had a double crit one, we'd be using it. Just never been revisited. That's fair. What's the world's one? That's bad, actually. Yeah, you need to work on your Zilla. Like these gloves are just better. These are leveled gloves that are just better than these ones. You farmed a lot of quantum materials and like a lot of quantum like relics, and they're just sitting. Oh, actually, I just realized something. I'm not sure if I want to check this. 930 relics. 930. Ow. That's a lot of relics. I've actually, another friend of mine has told me that they have a number of relics. Like, I think they said they had like, they keep capping their relic count, and it was getting painful for them. And I told them that I would sort out their relics if they wish, but that's possibly the worst thing I could ever have promised. Oh, Silverwolf's oh no, that I clicked wrong. Like Silverwolf's using defense, defense chest. That's wrong. No, Silverwolf's using speed or hit rate. Do we have any other crit chests? We have. You're probably on the money there. With, like, her chest isn't great, but broccoli. Her chest isn't great, but I also understand that quantum items are really, really annoying to farm because the other set in the realm is bad, and it's got the correct main. She's on the right main stats. She's like being on the right main stats is good enough. Do we have? Oh, those are really nice boots. Oh, these are some Silverwolf boots. These are on point. That's 3 break effect rolls and 2 hit rate rolls. They're nice. So she's on percent attack boots with flat attack and 2 crit rolls. That's not bad. It's kind of hard to tell whether the 7 speed's actually better than the extra crit roll and stuff. But these boots are solid as well. They have potential. Yep, another pair of speed boots. Oh, they're speed boots actually. Attack boots. That's bad. They have potential. Like these boots, you could put up the +3 and just see what the last stat is. Like our boots are solid. But the percent attack on wherever the hell those were. Yeah, another pair of speed boots. Holy shit. This one. Oh, you're fucking broke as hell. Holy shit. You have no things either. You have no resources and stuff. Maybe we just ignore this. See, if you +3 something, you can +3 another relic with that thing, which is what I have a tendency to do. But yeah, your Zela's okay. Like, I feel that this helm needs replaced. Like, you can just do, like, let's say I just go into here, and then those boots just put this to +3 as well. I think it doesn't quite get the +3 because these are slightly less experienced this time. But that's how you get rid of all of your random relic. Like, because gold relics, the problem with this game, it's not really a problem, is that whenever you salvage a gold relic, you don't get experience materials. So you have to like aggressively spend relics to level up all the relics to not get massive inventory issues. Like this sphere is really good. Like this is really, really good. This rope has a lot of potential. Her gloves are really, like, her gloves and helm aren't great. Her chest is probably like completely fine. Boots we've talked about. There's a few options we could do for boots, but the Zela all in all is pretty solid. Except for this. This is why. Silverwolf straight maxed. Silverwolf maxed is slightly less triggery. there's a few things like these quantum nodes don't do much, but it is just 2 nodes. Like this one's really cheap as well. This one's a really expensive node. I definitely would have left this on level. Like her skill doesn't really need maxed. It's pretty accurate, and her ultimate doesn't really need maxed. But at the same time, they do offer more shred whenever they're leveled, so it's fine. Her talent, I feel that level 10 is correct for her talent. Resolution Shines and Pearls of Sweat is strong on her. What's her hit rate at? Yeah, the defense shred is excellent. Her hit rate is 98.8%. Her hit rate is good enough. Actually, her hit rate, because she's not using a hit rate like him. Like, you'll miss Resolution Shines as Pearls of Sweat. You'll miss this debuff like half the time against high-end bosses. But at the same time, everything, like her talent's at like 90% accuracy, and her skill, the important bit, is at 100% accuracy. So you'll be fine there. Actually, you know what we're going to do? I'm not even going to check her relics. What's her speed at? Her speed is at... Ooh, that's nice. Her speed's at, what, 136? 136 is a nice amount of speed. Oh, using IPC. That is interesting. There's an argument. That's an imaginary boost orb. This is an imaginary boost orb. I was gonna start trying to argue in favor of your choice of planar set. It's like, this is why are we using an imaginary orb? Energy regen rope is fine. What other regen ropes have you got? This will determine what we even have to work with. So that is Space Link Station. Unused Broken Kill regen rope. This needs to go on to someone. That's a sprightly. Oh, that's not super good. Yeah, the problem is your Silver Wolf needs a lot of hit. Actually, that doesn't even have hit rates. Yeah, that needs to go on to someone. Story of my life. Like 3 or no, Soto regen ropes. It's like Sag. You've got 2 sprightly regen ropes. This set is really, really, really good. And that's a Bellabogs. That's fine. It's like March or someone wants this. Like you have a lot of options for ropes. I don't think IPC is the best option for Silver Wolf. But at the same time, it doesn't matter that much. Like, I like Sprightly on her, just because then she kind of, like, she just gets her defense shred up, like, the moment the fight starts. The extra energy regen, your Silver Wolf's just easier, I assume. Yeah. The extra energy regen from Sprightly doesn't actually do anything, but, like, unless she gets hit a bunch, in which case it might change things. IPC, like, the 10 hit rate is actually affecting you, however. Like, it'll be hard to get. Let's see, have you got a hit rate sub on? You got a bunch, or they're brilliant arenas. You have a Broken Kill there with a hit rate sub. 2 Sprightlies with hit rate subs. What are these? They're Talias, which is the break effect set. You have a few odds and ends. Like, there's a number of choices there, but most of them just, like, her having an imaginary orb is kind of jank, but it also doesn't really matter because E0 Silver Wolf's not going to be doing enough damage to really make a big difference in the grand scheme of things. But there is the possibility of swapping over to Sprightly Von Walk or something instead of IPC, or instead Pan Cosmic Commercial Empire. But all in all, Silver Wolf's fine. She has enough hit rating and she has a decent chunk of speed, and they're the only 2 stats that actually matter. Yeah, beach set on all of your supports, except Bronya, is probably correct. There's a few characters that don't really need it, like mainly your healers. So Broken Kill's better on them. But it's like, it's sort of a lot of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. The getting the right stats is probably better. Straight maxed Pella. Is this an E6 Pella? Nice. Don't like the levels on her skill, but it doesn't really matter. Another one of those things before the tutorial mission starts is great. Speed boots. Ooh. Need some speed boots here. You haven't got any speed. Holy shit, you have a lot of not or speed boots of bad sets. There's a completely realistic chance you should just be using purple speed boots instead of those. You've got a pair of purple speed boots there. What do we don't need anything here. Hit rate chest, some damage on it, sure, whatever. With our using Wild Witch, it kind of needs to stick to 4-piece, which means we don't have a lot of options here. Well, maybe we do. Any of these, hit rate. No. That's your only choice for chest piece. Gloves, hit rate, brick effect. Solid enough. Those gloves are really nice. Random gloves with speed crit on them. Hang on. Yeah, you've like a few other options there, but like this is fine for the time being. There's a realistic chance that I wouldn't have leveled this to 15. A few of like over leveling here is something that's happening a little bit, which is probably why you're broke, but it also doesn't really matter. You'll want them level 15 eventually. What's her hit rate? She has 97.3 crit damage. Holy shit. Like, honestly, Hela has way too much hit rating. You could probably get away with swapping her chest piece. Like, with her being E6, you could probably run a crit rate chest piece, and it wouldn't make that much difference. Pella with maxed ult, especially E6 Pella with maxed ult, only needs like 70 hit rate, and she gets most of it from this. She gets 40 hit rate from this. You really don't need that much hit rate on Pella. But at the same time, like, you're using... The problem is you can't drop this because you're using it for the 2-turn cycle. Like, as just for the record, like, this Sprightly actually doesn't change anything with her. She's using the regen rope. She's definitely be using a regen rope. But like getting more, like dropping hit rate on Pella for more speed or more defensive stats, or even damage if you really want to push it, you might be able to do like damage with her, but then at the same time, you don't really want to be clicking her skill because it's a waste of skill points. So probably just like defensive stats or speed, you could drop a bit of hit rate, but it doesn't really matter. It's not something that is worth investing in because it's just one of your support characters. Getting better investment in your DPS is generally a better idea. Right, Mr. Locha. Well, 26 speed is reasonable. His base is really slow. Post-op conversations probably his best healing. His best healing light cone. Yeah, it's like stuff like Warmth Shortens Cold Night, for example, doesn't like it's HP scaling, so it's not great. Like if you find that your Lucha is just healing for too much, which from what I've heard about Lucha is really, really likely to happen. Quid pro quo is fine. Like quid pro quo is just random free energy. It like half the time it doesn't do anything, but sometimes just like it's just great. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with using quid pro quo. And then you can superimposition it 5 it with your little charge you get from Forgotten Hall and stuff. But quid pro quo is really, really actually it isn't underrated. It's rated pretty highly, but it's obviously only relevant if you actually find that the character is healing too much. Yeah, it's like, from what I've heard, I don't have any experience personally using Lucha, but from what I've heard, he just heals too much. Not too much. He always heals for loads, which means quid pro quo is completely fine on him because it's just more energy. Yep, that's fair. That's a 12% effect res broken heal. That's really good. This is just to make the set bonus. You could probably get away with running HP or something on him, but percent attack's fine. In my opinion, if you're swapping out his light cone, you might want a healing effect chest. Lucha sets are kind of awkward because like he can't use the HP you get from a lot of places, so Wild Weight is probably his best option most of the time. Hackerspace is fine, like using like 2-piece Hackerspace and then 2-piece Wild Weight is functionally the same as 4-piece Wild Weight. So there's options there if you want to use this chest instead. Do we have any other options? Well, actually, do you have Blade? I can't remember if you have Blade. If you don't have Blade, farming Hackerspace is really awkward. He's using solid speed boots. All these are, yeah, mediocre. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, these are fine. Got an HP stat, got a bunch of defense stats, but that's much more than that. Sure. Do not have a Wild Weight gloves of some sort. This is which it's not. Like your support stats don't matter that much. Like getting this, I just equipped that and he gained like 13 speed. He is not a zoomy boy. But like I think one of the issues you might be having whenever you're building characters is not really aggressively using filters, because I can understand completely how horribly overwhelming it gets, the amount of fucking relics you end up with. Another thing that I like to aggressively do is just shard purples. Because they're just worse and you can just shard them all. But at the same time, you might want to like filter for speed boots and ER ropes and stuff first. But your Lucha is coming along nicely. Like once again, alt didn't need leveled, but we're, as you mentioned, we're going to be seeing this a lot. Like HP node, maybe we could have dodged as well. Defense node, but it's fine. I don't really mind the defensive options on them, but like your healers and stuff having, that's not is alt leveled. It's a lot of extra stamina you spent, because like leveling your ult to 8 and then leveling it to 10, leveling it from the level 9 and level 10 costs more than leveling up to 8 did. Like you maybe don't want to go quite as aggressive as I do with under leveling where my Pella's skill is at minimum level. Like my Pella skill is literally at level 2. But it is a lot of resources to straight max. I know that you like maxing your characters, and that's reasonable. But it feels like you could spread your resources a bit wider, and you'd still be you probably wouldn't notice the difference. Is it maxed Fire Trailblazer? Cool. Trend of the universal market is decent. Dan and Blade. Cool. Trend is not very good, but at the same time, well, you have a texture and memories. Do you have Lando's Choice? You do not. You have This Is Me on Japard. Japard's ult doesn't do damage. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of people have argued that This Is Me is useless. I have a This Is Me from the first battle pass. I put it on Fire Trailblazer and it's great. Japard's ultimate doesn't do damage. This is you went logged into your account before I got in this morning and swapped these 2 light cones to troll me. Chloe, please. I'm switching these. I use This Is Me on Fire Trailblazer. Fire Trailblazer's advantage over March or Japard or other pure defensive characters is Trailblazer does a surprisingly large amount of toughness damage and damage in general, especially with she has an Eidolon that gives her defense skilling. One of her Eidolons gives her defense skilling. Yeah. Oh no, that's not. That's defense. Oh yeah. Yeah. Their E1 gives her defense skilling on her basic. And then that gives her defense skilling on her ult as well. And then she suddenly starts doing respectable amounts of damage. Relic set is the correct set. I can't ask for much more than that. We have crit damage is not optimal, but do we actually have a defense one? Oh, yes, we have to. Yeah, one of these is probably a better option. That one's got effect res on it. That one's got flat defense on it. But like, it's another one of those things. It's your support. It doesn't matter that much. Speed bits is fine. Leveling things to 13 is triggering me a little. You do you. That has a lot. Those have a lot of HP on them. Do we have any others? I think we got another bunch of speed bits. They're solid. Getting those 3 sets of speed bits. You have 4 sets of speed bits. Getting the speed bits on all 3 of these characters is probably correct. Like Japard doesn't need more defense skilling. Japard's shields are big enough. He just needs people to take enough turns to be able to get his ult off enough. Personally, I'd swap March, Trailblazer, and Japard all over to the speed boost you've got there. Get everyone on defense chests. Like March and Japard, you can argue that they want hit rating chests on. My March has a hit rating chest, but at the same time, oh, you do have a hit rate chest. This is really good. Put this in March. But we'll get to March in a minute. But you probably want defense chest on our main character. You have a lot of random rings. You have lots of like 3+3 rings. But yeah, like the only stats that matter. Yeah, you definitely want a regen rope on Japard with speed boots. Because Japard, the only ability Japard has that matters is his ult. We're gonna go to Japard in a minute, and I'm gonna complain at you for leveling anything that isn't his ult. Like even his talent is useless. But like Japard, and farming character are pretty much the same boat. The only stats they actually care about are defense and speed. And like Japard, you can get away with putting hit rate on. There's an argument to be made for running a hit rate chest and just to enable Bellabog. Like I have Bellabog of the Architect on my farming character and don't have the second half of it activated. It's still the correct choice there. Let's see. We're using an attack rope. Cunning. Where is Bellabog of the Architect? That's a lot of ropes. Do we have any regen ropes? I have a regen rope on both. Oh, there's a regen rope there. With flat defense on it and speed. Yeah, hit rate for March and hit rate for March I feel is correct. Because her single target shields are fucking chunky. They do not need the extra defense from her having a defense chest. Japard, you could argue the same, just in case you need to use his skill. Fire Trailblazer is in a really awkward position because the only thing she does that uses hit rating is her taunt, and it's so likely to land. It's got like a really high base hit chance, so you can just get away with having a couple of hit rate substats, and then run a defense chest on her. And she's also, of the three shielders, she's the one that wants more defense the most. Because her shields are kind of fickle. And then she also has like damage scaling with her defense as well. But we have one regen rope there. I definitely put it on Japard first. Get coffee. But all in all, like having the most important thing with the three shielders is having 4-piece Knight of Purity Palace on them. And you've got that. Because stretch. Because this stat doesn't exist anywhere else. This is the reason this set is so good. The 20% shield chance is multiplicative with all of the other sources of defense and bonus shields and stuff. And then you just multiply it all up and then just times 1.2 at the end. As long as you've got this on your Japard and your Fireman character, you will be fine. Japard is max. We already talked about Light Cone. Actually, I wouldn't use Trend Universal Market, actually. What other options do we have here? Like, Texture Memories is fine. We might, depending on how the tempo I'm going to do for you later goes, our Texture Memories might be taken. So, what other options do we have? Amber is probably fine. We Are Wildfire. We Are Wildfire's really bad. What's the... Is We Are Wildfire the one you buy from the shop? I think it is. Texture is bad in everyone. The only person that Texture Memories is good on is Fishwa. But it's still better than some of the stuff. What's the... Yeah, We Are Wildfire. It's a preservation. I don't want to buy anything from that shop anyway, because you want to buy Equip or Ghost. Yeah, Texture Memories is bad in everyone, unfortunately. But it's probably still better than Trend of the Universal Market. The problem is that you haven't got a Landau's Choice, which is the 4-star Preservation Light Cone with the aggro up on it. It is the best choice for him. What I would argue is if you happen to Luxac into another day one of my new life, don't superimpose this anymore. Just put it on Japard as well. Or wait until you get a Landau's Choice. There's an argument that could be made for getting another This Is Me and putting it in March, but I don't think that's a good idea. And then put at this very moment on, or at day one of my new life on Japard. Day one of my new life is probably March's best light cone. Just because Landau's choice, which is the other option, which you don't even have, has aggro up, which March doesn't really want because she wants to redirect hits to other people anyway. Okay, Kafka, Eyes of the Prey is probably Kafka's best. Like, one of her better light cones. I've heard Fermata's fine. Doesn't sound fine. Yeah, Fermata's okay, to be honest. Like, maybe you want to, like, swap the Fermata instead of Eyes of the Prey. It doesn't make that much difference. Oh, you have another Eyes of the Prey. Oh, yeah, that's on, sample. Fermata is fine on Kafka. Where is Loop? Loop is probably one of the better choices if you can keep stuff slowed. You have a lot of Loop. But like, one minor issue is solitary healing is really, really bad. It's like a massive trap. But I think you understand that as it's left at level 1. But as you do, Kafka maxed is like, you could have got away with not leveling her basic once again, but I have no real problem with you maxing Kafka here. Correct set, correct. But the planar set has percent attack, and this is really, really, really good. This is a fantastic helm. That's solid. Solitary healing. Yeah, it's unfortunately you read it after you bought it, but yeah, it's really, really mediocre. These are fine. They could have better rolls, but that's still 2 speed rolls and an attack roll. That's still 3 positive rolls. That's completely acceptable. Percent attack chest with this is really unfortunate. It happens so much this set. The crit and crit damage isn't fantastic on Kafka, but at the same time, it's right main stat. You can't really ask for much more than that. Like, maybe you could try and fish for a better chest off this or something, but it doesn't matter because, like, the thing about it is this has percent attack on its as its base stat. It can't roll it again, which means the only stat you can get on your chest that matters is actually, wait a minute, do you have any hit rating? Ooh, your hit rating is a little low on Kafka. She wants speed boots. She 100% wants speed boots, but you can't do anything about it. You don't have any speed boots. Her hit rate is a little low. You might want to, like, try and fish for hit rate or use this purple chest or something. She needs like 40 hit rate. And she does not have it. She has 56 hit rate. How much hit rate does Kafka need? I actually don't know. 40 is clearly wrong. Since you have no hit rate. I'll try that. Characters. Kafka. Oh, she only needs 28 hit rate. Really? Yeah, Fermanta is better than like basically all the other options except Goodnight Sweet Play Well, which you don't have. Is that, like, I hate the way it says Kafka needs 28% hit rate to guarantee shock and 40% resistance enemies. Because that's not how much hit rate she needs. She needs 28% hit rate on her gear. Where the fuck is Star Rail gone? So how much Actually, that's probably fine. She probably has enough hit rate. But actually, she has 30 hit rate in her. That's where it's coming from. She has 30 hit rate on Ice Prey. Relics. Break effect rope isn't necessarily correct. Percent attack rope would just be better. Like this rope is probably just better. Yeah, this rope is probably just better. Lightning damage orb. Nope, she wants a lightning damage orb. But I'm sure you know that. Do we have lightning damage orb? No. Oh, there's one. Swapping to the lightning damage orb on Kafka is probably correct. No, it's not. There's no probability about it. It's entirely correct. Depending what the substats you get in this, it might be like best in slot. If this hits percent attack or hit rate, it will be fine there. But at the same time, it's not a massive difference. I personally don't like break effect on the DPS characters. It's kind of one of those up in the air stats that is really, really good when it works, but you need to keep the timing of your party in such a way as the people that are building break effect break. Because if someone else breaks, break effect doesn't do anything, which is a big problem with the stat, obviously. Next. Yanchi. Okay, he has a build. So. He's leveled quite a lot, but he is clearly not built, which is fair. Yanchi is an awkward one, but with you having Japard, you could build him if you want. Optimally, he would be wearing 2-piece ice set, 2-piece something that gives damage or speed. So wild weight or hacker space. He'd be using the crit multi. There isn't a crit multi set for for our good crit multi planar set. Yeah, it's like you haven't built them. That's fair. I don't blame you in the slightest. The resources get spread way too thin. He's still level 80, however. No wonder you're broke. March, we talked about a bit already. She's maxed. Is she 6? She is E6. E6 March. Really, really good. As mentioned earlier, yeah, you could swap 2 speed boots on her. Level that. He needs some respect from me. It's fair. Yeah, as meant, like all of the 3 shielders are kind of in the same boat. There's arguments to be made for running hit rate on Japard and March. But generally speaking, you just want everything swapped to percent defense and regen ropes. Because of the fact that preservation characters get hit a bunch, like doing raw energy regen calcs on them isn't as important, and just getting as much energy as possible is more important. Because they're going to get random energy from getting hit anyway. We'll just flick over to Tingyong. Max Tingyong. I actually don't dislike this as much as you'd think. Believe it or not, I think this is one of the characters that is easier to justify maxing. The defensive stats, in theory, are useless, but in reality, Tingyong has the lowest base defensive stats in the game. Like, literally the lowest. She also wants to build attack, so she's also even squishier there, so I don't mind the defense there. She basics every 2 out of 3 turns, so leveling her basic is fine. With Nell Subdual and her maxed talent, what's her talent? Her max talent. That's doesn't actually happen. Like Tingyong having higher aggro is just confirmation bias. Like that doesn't actually happen. It just looks like it does because you remember it happening more often because she's made of fucking glass. But with Violet Sparknado and with Nell Subdual, maxing basic is fine. I actually don't mind this max that much. Her ult and skill, obviously, maxing is fantastical. She's using Memories of the Past. I would be inclined to swap this to a Meshing Cogs or to the Dance Dance Dance. But it doesn't make that much difference in the grand scheme of things. Unless you're going to run really tight energy requirements on Ting Young, as in Von Wack regen rope, then she doesn't need Meshing Cogs. And Dance 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 is probably better for what are her relics? Needs speed boots. That chest is fine, it just needs leveled. Pack is it could be better, but it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, like her gear is fine. You probably want to, you just need to swap the speed boots. Attack rope and attack. Oh, lightning damage orb. This should be an attack orb. She should be using an attack orb and a regenerate rope. Personally, I'd swap her set. If you can, like long-term goal, swap her set to 4-piece hackerspace. Because the hackerspace passive that gives you the 6% speed boost whenever you use your ult is relevant. It can make, like, it's just more percent speed for everyone. And it's just better than Wild Wait. Like, Ting Young is in a pretty, like, she's in a pretty specialized spot. She's really, really good with a few specific characters. Like, she's fantastic with, like, Dan Heng IL, and she's fantastic with Kafka. Like, people that want a pile of attack. She's also really good with Jin Wan, but she has, like, the issue that she's actually not really necessary for, like, Zila and, like, Blade. She's genuinely bad with. Well, she's not bad. She's just, her skills don't do anything. But she's good with most of the DPS, especially the more skill points the DPS wants, the better she is, because she is pretty skill point efficient. She's like one of Kafka's best friends. She also is a lightning character, so she can enable like Kafka Silverwolf comps to get lightning implants. But if you don't use her that much, there's not a massive priority. But long term, swapping her to hackerspace with speed boots is probably correct, and with a regen rope. Well, you probably know that already. Dan Heng literally has no gear. Which is fair. Secret Vow. What? Destruction. What is? I think Most Welcome You is probably Dan Heng's top one. I actually don't know what Dan Heng's best 4-star cones are. Under the Blue Sky, on the Fall of Neon. What I would advise doing basically no matter what in the near future is saving her to bonds to buy on the Fall of Neon. Like, the funny thing is you've got the 3 other Hearthstone store cones, and there's an argument to be made that on the Fall of Neon is the best one. Yeah. Like, Secret Vow is not super good on him, but at the same time, like, there's a chance that Havoc is just the better option there. Yeah, the Most Welcome You is bad. That's bad. Yeah, look, there's a realistic chance that you should swap to. Where's Blade's light cone? Is Blade not using a light cone at the minute? Yeah, personally, I would swap to Collapsing Sky here on Dan Heng because a Secret Vow is really good on Blade. Blade is not. Yeah, we'll swap. Well, I'm actually just going to do this. That's fine. And we'll do that. Secret Vow is just like it's Super Imposition 5 Secret Vow is blades. Like there's situations where it's like whenever you're hitting something lower than blades health, it's actually better than a Super Imposition 1 blade signature like yeah, traces you need to work on, blah blah blah. Dan Heng, to the best of my knowledge, is yes. Apparently 4-piece Wasteland is actually his best set. I don't know how he... Well, debuffs, there's always debuffs around. Yeah, you probably just want 4-piece Imaginary on him, and then always run him with Pella. That's completely acceptable. The crit damage from the 4-piece Imaginary set. Do we have any... So I can show you in game. We do. Like, this set, the 2-piece set bonus, there's a lot of things that count as debuffs. Like, loads and loads of shit. Running him with Welt is maybe a bit skill point heavy, but there's nothing wrong with that. Welt does enable the second half of this 4-piece just by himself, but it involves using his skill, and Dan Heng kind of wants all of the skill points. Like, all of them. But there's still, you could run Welt as just a basic attacker, which is completely fine. Welt's ult is really, really good. But you want Wasteland of Banbury Desert on him. The more I think about this, the more it makes sense, because you're always going to have a debuff. Like, whether it's just like Pella ult, that's still enough debuffs. The 10% crit rate is enough to justify running the 4-piece set bonus. Even if the only source of imprison on your team is Dan Heng breaking things, that's still 20% crit damage is still worth. Like, it doesn't matter if this doesn't do anything. When it's up, it's just handy. You also have this, which is really good. You just don't have... That's fair. Like, you haven't started farming him yet. What's Dan Heng's traces? He's got loads of crit, doesn't he? Crit rate. Yeah, so you probably want to put a slightly higher focus on crit damage on his other stuff. You probably want... I guess you'd probably want Brilliant Arena, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd almost certainly want Brilliant Arena if you can get him to 70 crit. Just because all his damage is on his attack. We got an imaginary one. You'd want imaginary... Yeah, we have an imaginary one with crit on. This is really good. I'm on imaginary main stat. Attack. This is okay. This is bad. This is bad. And this is okay. So whichever of these two roll better, you just use. You probably want to use that one because effect res is better than break effect on an imaginary character. But yeah, you have some decent options there. Like, both of these relics are fine. Like, this has the potential to be really, really, really good. It's the right element and stuff. He's already got a really good set of gloves. Like, this has infinite potential. You just need to farm them up, which is fair. Long-term goals and all that. Blady. Like, one's completely acceptable. Traces. Okay. Of all of the characters we've had so far that don't have the leveled basic, Blade shouldn't be one of them. But yeah, otherwise, standard fare, bunch of crit rate. Like, maxing everything is, like, Blade is the only character I own who's straight maxed. I would not complain at all if you completely maxed him. Same with Dan Heng, actually. Dan Heng's damage is so tied into his basic that leveling, just maxing everything is probably fine. Yep, 4-piece. Longius, long term, optimally speed boots. Like Blade has a lot of crit on his kit, so running a crit damage chest is probably fine. Because the thing about Blade is this 16% crit chance. Good morning, wolves. Welcome to the stream. I am currently reviewing Chloe's account. I'm just sitting talking Star Rail. This is just a casual excuse for me to sit here and stream for an hour talking about Star Rail. I don't know whether I'd say that. We've had a couple of incidents where I've been repeating myself ad nauseum. I also accused Chloe of intentionally logging onto her account and making a change to troll me, which wasn't the case. Or apparently, like, so they say, but I don't believe them very much. I think they did actually just like, they woke up 10 minutes before they DM'd me that they woke up and quickly logged on and made the change and logged off again. Actually, no, they couldn't have did that because I actually got their monthly. Whatever. But yeah, because this 16% crit is literally always up for Blade, he doesn't need that much crit. You can comfortably get away with running a crit multi-chest. But at the same time, you're still in the process of building. That's completely fair. It's just like, it's the alt damage preservation cone. Natasha has no gear. Okay. Any of these other characters, even we're into, yeah, people that aren't built. Jinwan with no stuff on it. You build your Sampo to support your Kafka. Yeah, like your focuses are too tight here. You've built what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8, 9, 9-ish characters. Like you're like, there's a lot of people will say that you shouldn't spread your resources too much. And I think you've heard that and took it too far. Like, that's the way the account strikes me, that you've heard that spreading your resources in this game is a really bad idea. And then you just like took it in the complete opposite direction and don't have 8 built characters. But you know what we're going to do? I'm going to do the first like 3 floors of Memory of Chaos and show you that your comp isn't that bad, or your account isn't that bad. Where's Memory of Chaos? Oh, you've did the first stage. I think you have, yeah. Like, I haven't finished this. Genshin is like, it's a completely different kettle of fish. Genshin had like, it shares a lot of similarities with this game, but I feel that like the skill requirement, the actual like ability to dodge things in Genshin and stuff, changes the dynamic that you don't need to level your supports. Like, there's so many supports, like Bennett doesn't need leveled at all. There's a bunch of characters like that don't need leveled. And in this game, you can't get away with it because your supports will just get shot in the face. I'm not even sure if there's any point in me doing this. We know you can do the Memory of Chaos. You did the first one. Do you want me to go do your fucking dailies? This button's annoying me. I'm going to do your dailies. I'm going to scam myself. I thought dailies were fixed. Yeah, like, those... Do you know what my biggest problem with Genshin is? Fucking talent materials have dumb names. Like, you have... In this game... Like, in Genshin, you have all these different talent books, and they're only available on certain days of the week, and they all have dumbass names, and it really frustrates me. And then in this game, all the talent materials just have sensible names. It's like, I want a talent material. What stat is my talent? Or like, it's like, okay, I want to level some traces. I have a destruction character. I farm destruction materials. I have a preservation character. I farm preservation materials. It's just great. Instead of like having to go into your character menu and work out what fucking exact dumbass name of material you need for a particular character, and it's all just arbitrary. And then picking flowers annoyed me as well. Like, you need 1 million mushrooms. And then, like, the fact that you can auto in this game helps so much as well. I also like the setting in this game. I would prefer if this game had like more open world exploration. But it doesn't bother me that much. It probably just makes the game easier to play, in short bursts. You said you wanted me to do a temple, didn't you, Chloe? I also like the fact that dailies are really easy to do. Oh, you have like 16 tools? Oh, of exclamation mark. Okay. On fish one, I assume. Do you want me to do them one at a time? What's your pity at? Actually, we're gonna check what your pity is for. We're gonna. I am. Oh, your pity's at 0. Okay, never mind. Do you want me to do them one at a time? I'm not going to do them. We'll do the last 6 one at a time. Doing them actually one at a time. Boosted couple. I pulled Fushuan first temple yesterday, so can I do it twice? No. No, I cannot. Do we get links at least? Hook. Mission goal. You got a hook dupe. Hook is on rate up, so that's kind of to be expected. Oh, there's links. There you go. I'm gonna skip the animation because it's so statistically unlikely. we got your links at the very least. I'm so impressed you have like basically every freaking character in this video game. And 2 more. And 1 more. You now have 0 gemmies and 0 new 5 stars. But we did get links. Thank you for the head pats. Oh, you only have 24 of these. You actually are spending these. That's good. Okay. There were a few incidents. I straight accused Crinea of trolling me, like intentionally making a decision that trolled me. Okay, so this shop is really annoying because it makes you want to buy the trace materials, but the trace materials are by far the second worst thing you can buy. Obviously, you don't buy the monster drop materials because you can farm them for free. But buying the credits and the XP, and especially these lost gold fragments, is just the best option. Also, I'm really surprised you need Tracks of Destiny. The passes is obviously the most important thing. Buy the passes out every month. As far as Starlight Exchange, just do whatever you want with this. In my opinion, some of these light cones are good enough to save for, are worth the 30 pulls. But at the same time, I'm really surprised you need Tracks of Destiny. Like, genuinely surprised, even with the number of characters you build. You have no materials, holy shit. You have 3 Tracks of Destiny. Actually, you only have 3 Tracks of Destiny. That's fair. You have, like, fuck all boss materials as well. This means you fuck all money. Yeah, so there's a bunch of things that we can do to make your account better. Like, where's things? We have hook idle on. We're gonna E5 hook. Like, I think that what you need to prioritize at the minute is just like a few of your characters are just so close to being fine and just need a few minor changes, and then you'd be set. I think you should widen your roster quite a lot. You have 870. You have 6 of these things. You should also use these. You have no fuel. You have 137 of these. How do you need trace material? You have 137 of these. I don't know who to use these on. Oh, you have a hard to store superposition thingy. You have no fuel. How do you have no? And it's bad. How do you have no fuel? Yeah, like what's your destruction materials like? You use them all. Because these, like, every one of these is a blue material. It's 137 blue trace materials just sitting in your inventory. These things, in my opinion, should only ever be used on energy regen ropes and speed boots. But I will be the first to admit that I get really impatient. Like, I crafted March a hit rate chest with one of them. But like the best use for them, what I would advise is, see whenever you're one item away from finishing a character, you just craft that item and then you get to ignore that domain for the rest of your life. In my opinion, these should go into quid pro quo. Quid pro quo is quite good. These things, yeah, that's fair. Why do we have all these? A bunch of the shit in your inventory is annoying me as well. We're gonna go get rid of some stuff in your inventory. The shop's in Stargate, or it's in Clackbird. No, all these the world materials, or like the planet currencies, are just annoying me. We're gonna go spend them. Oh, you've sold it. Money. Thank you so much for the gift subs. Yeah, no need to gift at all. Also, are gift subs fixed to always hit like actual people? Because I have like so many random ass followers that I've had for like years and years and years that don't watch the stream, and yet those are all people that like are generally about. And thank you so much for the gift subs. You had no need at all to gift them subs. Thank you so much. 5 giftos. Welcome to all of the people. Toxic Angus and Chris Up and Kat and Leica and Moon. Like, I'm convinced that gift subs are ignore people that haven't been in your chat for ages. Like, I am genuinely convinced, because it's not the first time I've seen this kind of thing happen. But yeah, like there's a bunch of like minor things you can do here to make your account better. Like using all of your six relic crafter thingies and getting like mainly a bunch of regen ropes on people. Like getting like, one thing you could do is like speed boots and Kafka will help a lot. It'll drastically improve your Kafka's ability, because your Kafka is really strong at the minute as is. There's a chance you want to farm or like use any of your like your weekly drops from, or your weekly superimposers, you want to just drop them in Ward 4. Because getting Kafka a lightning orb and getting, like, then just RNG on getting regen ropes for other people is really solid. That little girl is just dancing down the street. Pella just dropped her glasses. But yeah, like your account is nowhere near as bad a state as like I thought it was gonna be going into this. There's like it's too narrow. The reason you're having issues with Memory of Chaos so much is because you don't have a lot of choices. Like, as far as like some characters you should put more focus into, like now that you have like building links will make your account a lot stronger. How many eidolons do you have in Asta? You have E5 Asta. Like E6 is really strong, but in my opinion, you should be building Asta. No. 80 is not necessary. Leveling to 80 is only necessary on your DPS. Just 70 plus. Like 70 ascended is fine on everyone. There's some people that you don't even need. That 5 image is my secret religion. Which 5? Oh, the Joker. Smiley Asta. You fell in love with your iPod again. But like below the nose. Yep. It is a pretty choker. Yeah, like it's cute. It's very cute. Like it's sort of the look you get from someone wearing a mask. That type of thing. I like eyes too much. Cat's like, oh my god, gift subs. Hey Cat. We were doing, like, I'm doing an account review for Cranea at the minute, and that was a thank you apparently. I did not require it, but they're more than welcome to. But yeah, like building Asta here is super easy. You just fire some sort of set of speed bits on her, put a meshing cogs on her, and then craft a regen rope for Pangalactic and or the sprightly Vonwak, and then she's just amazing. She's so good. Yeah, she's like my Asta has hacker space and it's really strong. You fell down from your cupboard and gave me instant map humor. That is a sentence that I'm having issues parsing. But you've got a bunch of meshing cogs on you. I told you to keep them all. Yeah, you have a lot of meshing cogs. Oh, you have another meshing cogs here. Asta, like I was not a believer in Asta for the longest time. And then when I was pulling Blade, I just got a pile of Astas. I think it was when I was pulling Silverwolf. I got a pile of Astas and then was like, okay, we'll commit to building Asta. And she is so good. Like, because of no, it's none of these. Or is there is it her talent? No, her talent is just the damage, isn't it? Yeah, her talent is damage. Okay, one of these give her, is it E4? Yeah, the 15% regen rate whenever she has 2 stacks. This can make her energy work in like really interesting ways, like the same way as the Pella build I gave you did. Like if you have her E4, which you do, if you have maximum amount of energy regen you can get on her, so with a sprightly Vonwak with an energy regen rope, she can ult every 3 turns without ever using her skill. Just the same way as Pella. It doesn't actually give you 100% uptime on her ult, unfortunately. Her ult is too expensive to do that with, but it's close. If you have extra skill points, you can just skill a bunch. but because she's so skill point positive, she can be really strong with Dan Heng. Because as we all know, Dan Heng wants all of the skill points. Or Killer Daniel, should I say, wants all of the skill points. But yeah, I think do you have any other questions? Anything else you want me to look up before we hop off?
Old friends meet yet again.
Dragon Boy, do be thirsty. He wants all of this. He just every single possible skill point he would require. Okie dokie. Thanks everyone for swinging by, and thank you so much, Cornell, for the. No, I'm happy enough to leave it as is. We'll look through the characters. I don't think I've forgotten anything. There's like, Ella, please, free content. The main reason I did this initially was because of this streaming event. I needed some Star Rail content, and this was free content. It turns out that's not going to happen. Like it got botted to all hell, so it's out the window. However, it does not change the fact that Thursdays isn't actually a particularly good stream day for me. I don't have a massive amount of time, so we're gonna call a wee short stream here. Thank you so much, Chloe, for letting me review your account. Have I got you as a friend? We're gonna copy your friend and then friend code while we're logged on as you. I probably do. Yes, well. Meow. You're very welcome, Wolves. I'll get you to bark for me next time. I won't, because I have no channel points in your channel, but still. But yeah, I need to hop off stream for now. I shall log off and let you get back into your account. Did she remove the bark? Just everyone making her bark. She's not such a good bark, but yeah, fair enough. You do you. I have utmost respect for removing a redeem that you're uncomfortable with. I've did that in the past. It's like one of those things. It's like your community can kind of like, they can just not, I don't want to say browbeat because that sounds very severe, but it's like add this redeem, add this redeem, add this redeem, and then it gets to the point where there's a bunch of shit you just don't want to do because it just like it can interrupt the flow of the stream, and then even if they make you a bit uncomfortable, like that's a completely reasonable reason to disable them. I don't mind meowing for people. I am a cat boy after all. So, plus you asked me to. The only reason it's a redeem is because you asked me to. If someone just somebody requested the 2 redeems. What are you talking to? About Wolves' redeems? I don't know. Yeah, it's like it's one of those odd things. It can interrupt the flow of stream a lot. Like especially like a lot of people have. I've seen people with like where they put on an accent for like 5 minutes, or they like speak in a whisper like SMRE type for 5 minutes and stuff, and it can just interrupt the flow of a stream so much. So I have every respect for if you want to disable redeems. But yeah, I'm logged off, Chloe. You can hop on your account if you wish. And I am going to pack up stream for now. And thank you all very much for swinging by. Thank you once again, Chloe, for letting me give you an account redeem. And of course, for the gifted subs. And do not worry, I won't be adding an ASMR redeem. Bye, everybody. Like if you want me to whisper for you, I can just ask. But like we're gonna rant for another minute. ASMR and me, like I don't know. I haven't got a good mic, so I don't know about me doing ASMR. But ASMR makes me feel really uncomfortable. It's way too intimate for my liking. So I've never felt the urge to try and do it. Granted, I have encountered people that say that they're really put off by ASMR and I whisper into the mic just because it's funny. But at the same time, I probably shouldn't do that. But yeah, see y'all on Saturday, probably, for more FF13 2. Bye-bye.